Hey guys, I wanted to make a serious video, so excuse me if I start to cry during it. So, here we go. My name is Ashley Joanne McDonald. I am 17 years old and currently residing in Nebraska. This is my YouTube channel. I wanted to get real with you and talk about my past. It hasn't been pretty, and it's led to a lot of mental illnesses where I stand in my life, so please no hate on this video. Now, I won't be a pussy and disable the comment section, so it's up to you on if you hate or not. So, here we go. I was conceived on a late night in my father, if that's what you can call him, cabin. And my mother, let's call her Baba Jean, she didn't really want to get a job, so she conceived me for child support. She did it with various other of my siblings and had many miscarriages before I was conceived. On that night, it was stormy, and in my father's cabin, Baba Jean had decided to poke holes in my father's condoms. She then proceeded to have sex with him and got her pregnant. I had a twin named Ashton, and he was stillborn. My mother was a raging alcoholic, did meth and countless other things while she was pregnant with me, so it affected both of our births. I was born with a pulmonary heart problem, and I was forbidden to see my father, but we still collected child support. My siblings had a happy life. There was many others after me. My mother loved me up until she met this guy. And then her affection turned to him and his abusive relationship with his children. Nothing against the guy at all. She ended up conceiving my brother, Michael, and we all moved in together. During the pregnancy, there was a lot of violence, and my sister did the right thing and turned him into the police. We later moved back into him a while later, and my brother was born. I then learned to suck up and take all the punishments. So if my brother didn't clean his room, and let's say his name is Joe Bob, the stepdad, got angry, I'd say it was me who trashed it. Or nobody did the dishes because they refused to on their dish night, I'd say it was my dish night. And I kind of got used to the hittings and stuff like that. And by the age of 6, I had developed severe depression. It continued to worsen. I wasn't allowed to go outside, go see friends, have my own time. I was forced to be a parent, a house cook, and a mom to all the kids, while my mom and Joe Bob, the stepfather, decided to go have fun and be a teenager. I remember distinctly the time I was in 7th grade and I failed 3 times for tardiness because I was not allowed to go. I had to stay home and watch my sibling because my mother was going into Omaha for girls' night. I had a rough childhood, I'll admit it. I developed an eating disorder by the age of 9 until the age of 12 because they had locked the cupboards on me. My siblings picked up on the abusive behavior, so they lashed out on me because mother was never there, and they saw what Joe Bob was doing to me. By the age of 12, I was kicked out of my house with fake charges made against me. I didn't do those things, and it hurt because my own mother stopped receiving child support, so she didn't really have need for me. And so I watched from behind a cell, completely innocent, as my siblings grew up. I moved back home after being proved innocent a couple years later, and I'm now 14. I spent most of my birthdays in jail. That's okay, because I never really celebrated them in the first place. At least people said happy birthday. I moved home at 14, and my depression was extremely bad. I remember fights were worse, everything was worse, and I even was told by my sister after a beating to kill myself. I overdosed on those pills. I took them right out of her hand. I took them. My mother later told the police that I was mentally insane and that my sister had not physically abused me and handed the pill bottle. I went with it and was submitted to the hospital where they found me mentally sane and able to go home. Not even a week later, I am sent off to jail with the fake allegations of rape, which never did occur. Hint this on the same sister who told me to kill myself. That's just kind of messed up. I accepted the charges and went to jail and was later proven innocent by an actual psychiatric therapist. It took work. It was good. I was in the state system until age 16, and I saw a lot of things in there. I ended up being adopted by my grandma on December 16th, 2016. I thought it would be scary, and it was. She had an awful boyfriend who was in and out. He left every 6 months and came back after 3 months were over. He beat me, abused me. He even broke my brackets off my mouth one time. But my grandma never stopped loving for me. She gave me the life she knew I deserved, and she nurtured me. Luckily, when I was in foster care over those years, I was able to take online schooling and get caught up on all the years of school I had missed. And I had now gotten into the 10th grade. I studied hard and I tried my best, and I never did make friends. My social anxiety and everything was getting the best of me. I then was able to develop a different eating disorder. This one wasn't about being skinny. This one was eating constantly, because that's what made me feel safe. And I felt trapped. All I did was eat and schoolwork. I never had fun. I never had friends. I got bullied constantly, and home life was still a struggle, along with my mental illnesses. I eventually pulled through and was able to graduate this year. I am now 17. I live with my grandma. It's just the two of us now. I have an amazing girlfriend, and I am off to one of the top 10 colleges in the United States as of next week. But my fight isn't over. I've been mentally, physically, verbally, and even sexually abused and victim of state and neglect. And I'm here to say that my story isn't the only story. There are many people out there with the same story that are begging to be heard. So I'm begging you, listen to my story and make a change in the world, because I hated what I went through. I still struggle with it. Every night at 12 a.m., I have an anxiety attack that leaves me in fear as I remember all those memories. I have insomnia because I'm afraid to sleep, and I can't sleep at night because of my thoughts. I have depression and OCD and bipolar and trust issues because of what I went through. For those who have a story like mine, we are not freaks. We were just given a rough life, but it will improve. And I promise you, it will get better over time. But you can't give up without a fight. I didn't go into detail or give proper names because of privacy reasons on my part. However, one day I will be comfortable enough and in a better mental state to explain my situation to the world. With that all said, I really hope you guys take in consideration on what a person is feeling on the inside before you decide to speak, because it really can do damage. Alright, take care. Thank you guys for watching and listening to my story, And like I said, please, no hate. But if you do have questions or would like a more detailed explanation of my life in the future, I'd happy to explain. All right, bye.